Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. His first carry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
To throw is Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing, Brissett, dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
And he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. This is brought in at the 21. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Jameis to throw it. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's not going to get me. Green, triple team.
They run right side with Hunt. And an alley to run. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Hines, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. That is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
51, Mike 51. Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Ready? 125. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Watch the run. That's soft, baby. That's baby soft. Check. Wait. Let's go.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Ben Gideon able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the punt, they have a long way to go if they want to tie this football game.
And when you say a long way to go, you mean the full 99 yards backed up almost as far as you can be. And they also have to be aware that the defense is going to come after them. A lot of defense will blitz and attack in this situation, hoping to cause a little bit of havoc.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A good pickup there at 22. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
Play fake. Brissett going deep for Diggs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch a slant.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, Winston. Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a second.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Tim Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Winston, they'll go screen here to Hunt. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Winston from the gun on third down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Solomon Thomas in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one good for 37 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On second and 12, Brissett. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets it down to the 32.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Hines. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Here's Brissett. They'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down now, it's Hines. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw, Brissett. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Myers' kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd and 9, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
1st down, Buccaneers.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
You don't want no problems with me. Ready? Black, cut. Green, come with me. Hayward. 22. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Winston now from the 50. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Ready? Black 25. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Green, come with me. Follow.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Ready. 22. Let's go. White.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston now. And it's caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, as the first half is winding down, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
First down, Buccaneers.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, Hunt. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second and a couple, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Jameis now on first down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal.
Let's go. Ready? Black 25. 54. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Vikings take over first and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the slant. Mike 51. 51. Watch the run. Watch the run. 51.
On second and 9. Brissett. There goes a deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. It got his man complete. It's a big play, Winston to Evans. 44 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Mike 54. You go, see.
First down, Winston. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Brissett. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Brissett now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Hines. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup of 38. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. The end result, 21 yards. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Pick me up. Here we go. Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
Now Brissett. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Blue day. Mike's 42. Mike's 40. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here I come. Here we go.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 7 yards.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Winston. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it.
And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Vikings. Nyheim Hines, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Ready, blue ready. Let's get it. Mike 42, Mike 42. Here we go. Flip it. 42.
Throwing, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Ready, Mike 25. 54, Mike. Tighten up. Pull together. 54, Mike.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and an alley to run. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kareem Hunt, 52 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We got three, fellas.
Brissett now. Lets it fly for Thielen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Evans. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready.
At the 46-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Under crush. Green, triple T. Mike's 4-2. 2 seconds. It's a party now.
On 2nd and 9, Winston, rush coming, and he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Third down. 3rd and 13.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Let's convert.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's got Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They run with Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They go with Howard again. Howard has the first down and then some. And down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Black 22.
You ain't got nothing.
Let's go.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
Ready. Blue ready. No chance. Let me go.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. They come up in an offset eye. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. This is Hunt, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. They run again with Hunt. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
And the Vikings first down.
Brissett to throw on first. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
45's the mark. Here we go, here we go.
A first down throw for Brissett. Complete. Smith has it. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
45, move from quickly. Hey, here we go. Go. Tackle.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And that will write a finish to this ball game. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's redeem themselves at home next week.